and it had like an underpass, and I went under, and it was going for a little bit, and it was getting smaller, and there was huge lobster and huge red snapper looking fish, but it was obviously getting silty, and I didn't want to go too far, but it was cool.
This is 10 feet, and then all of a sudden you get to a hole that goes from 10 at the top to 25 at the bottom.
Okay.
And it just went straight down like a chute. And then there was a ledge that was going horizontally, and it was small. And there's cold water coming out. Very light, it wasn't, I guess it was springing slightly. Then it goes down again. It's starting to get kind of light, looks like it's gonna be choking off, but I could feel cold water coming still. So at that point, I turned around, surfaced, and then decided to go down again. So I went back the same way through the little horizontal passage where it went down, and I saw the way on from where the water was coming. So I started going on into a new small passage for like 50 more feet.
You're using your reel at this point?
Yeah. Yeah, the red primary reel. Okay. And then it was getting really silty and small, and I felt like it was unwise.
So how much penetration do you think you got?
Catamaran? Well, you could see a big ledge dropping off, and it was all black and dark. My light wasn't even making a dent in the darkness, and there were stingrays everywhere. And there was a really old line in there that was in pretty decent shape, actually. And I was following it and pulling, and I went down, and it was getting darker. And then it just I went at like 50 feet, and I was kind of feeling nervous. And then it opened into this big chasm going down. The line just disappeared. I couldn't even see how deep it was going.
And instead of being a hole, it was like a ledge. And it started it deeper. It was probably more like 25 or 30 feet at the opening. I'm seeing tons of stingrays. I'm thinking lionfish, and it was so big and dark. I thought there could be sharks or squids or who knows what could be in there. So I decided to go though, and I was poking around, and I found a line. It was already in there. So there was a line that was in decent shape, but definitely loose and corally. So I followed the line. I checked on it for stability, and I followed it down. I went like, I don't know, 50 feet, and then I was at 50 feet of depth, and that's when I saw this chasm that was just big and black.
We should dive that.
And the line was just going straight down. I couldn't even see it. It just was like a steep drop off, and I got scared, so I turned around.
That was interesting because there was also a passage going, but it was small, and some kind of big coral growth kind of was blocking it. And then I turned to the side and saw a really angry green eel mouthing at me, and he did not want me to enter.
It was about 8 foot by 8 foot in 10 foot of water. So then that one went down to about the same, another 25 feet, and then I saw another ledge, so I was trying to go in it, and cold water was coming out again. And it was kind of being blocked by this like reddish coral rock. And so I was gonna try to move it a little bit, or just at least see if I could push past it. And then I turned my head towards the right, and the eel was going like this, right in my face.
Green moray.
So I bailed.
Yeah, I bailed out. Okay.
And then I kind of tried to go back down again, and it was just sitting there mad, so I didn't.